we're lucky that we have a skilled athlete that's going to show the box jump for me. I'm going to talk through it. If I pick up any problems in his form, I'll say something, but he'll probably be good. Okay, good. One thing when we go, we treat this like a box squat. So we'll come up, hands come up, my feet come back, and I slam into the ground. So it's chest up. So when I go, I want this position, just like if I have a bar on my back in a squat. So I'd come up, go, chest up, eyes up, okay? I don't want to drop chest. If I drop chest, drop my eyes, it's just like in a squat. You're not going to go as high. In a squat, your body goes where you're looking. Where your head goes, your body follows, okay?
Never put my feet up.
Okay, now he's not using his arms at all, which is going to limit you drastically on your jump. So why don't when you come back, put your hands back. As you come forward, bring your hands up. I do a lot of drills just with the upper body with hands. I do seated cleans to raise people's jumps. You see people who do seated cleans, you'll watch their jumps go through the roof. The arms are very important to jumping. Good. So these are the kneeling jumps I was talking about. Good. You see, if he pulls us through, you could actually catch yourself like an Olympic lifting position. Okay, it teaches you to pop, hips through and everything. This is exercise I was saying. You can put a bar on your back. We'll hit max weight, okay? We'll add mats, like 3/4 inch mats, and we'll jump up onto mats and work our height up. When you guys are doing kneeling jumps, okay, the farther you can extend your hips through, the more height that you're gonna get on a kneeling jump. So kneeling jump, you wanna extend your hips fully. Think of if you ever watch a long jumper like in the Olympics, you'll see their hips fully forward before they snap their legs through. I want the same thing with a kneeling jump, okay? So let's see what you got. You're getting it.
I shouldn't land here. I should try to land up more?
Yes, if you can. Stick a position, okay?
Well, right now, it's just anything you want.
Getting better. So why don't you do a kneeling long jump? I was talking about these kneeling long jumps before. And see, it's a good jump, good leap. That's another thing like you can do with like long jumpers, anybody really, but it's just another form of jumping that we can do to help perfect movement and have a body awareness. So,
give me an example of, let's say somebody's not able to get off the ground very far. I mean, where do you pick out what it is that's really causing that issue?
Well, if they're going kneeling, you're cutting a lot of stuff out of it because you're not really using hamstrings or anything. It's hips. Kneeling jumps are hips. So if I know someone has a weakness in the hips, I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to do exercises like, say, kneeling squats, okay? And I'll build strength doing kneeling squats. But then on a speed day, I'm going to have them do some form of a kneeling jump, which will build that dynamic movement with the hips, okay?
And that still is the warm-up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The kneeling squats won't be a warm-up. I'll use them as an accessory during the leg day. We found with our track and field athletes, like say you take your sprinters, 100, 200, quarter mile, the higher their box jump, their times drop. So when I get a good sprinter, every time I get their box jump up higher, they break their record time, okay? It's also a way you can check for, I'll say overtraining, but just a simpler term, because basically underprepared, under-recovered. It's a way to check if the person's overtrained. If I have an athlete and their box jump's going down, then I know that they're not recovering fast enough and we need to get on them for the recovery. You know, it's really good jumpers will land so soft you can barely even hear them, but it almost looks like they're floating. So when someone gets relaxed, they can snap the hips through real quick, and they relax, they'll float onto it nice and easy. They won't slam down onto the box. So once you start seeing people go higher and higher, start floating, you'll see the way that they do that. So we'll walk on down to the next one down.
I assume here you're looking perfect form, eyes up, everything.
Yep. Now see, that's the one thing is, at first first time people do it is they'll want to look down. Self-preservation, they're like, I want to make sure I'm going to clear that. But you want to get away from that. You don't want to look at where you're sticking the landing. You want to get a body awareness because you want to go up, you want your eyes up. Your body's going to follow where your head and your eyes are, okay? So on this, he could take a bar, work to a max height, and then where are those rubber mats at? You got one? So if we want to work to a max weight, we'd pick a height and hit a max weight on that and just keep adding weight. You don't want to do any more than 20 jumps for an elite level jumper. So anybody like in your class and stuff, you probably want to keep them 15, no more than 15 jumps until they've been jumping for at least a year, okay? And then 15 total. Max jumps. I know that you guys do like say 20. You guys are like, oh great, we can't do half of our CrossFit workouts. No. I'm just talking about max jumps, okay? You guys can do the lower level box jumps you guys do for your workouts, totally. Why don't you hit some ankle weights, show us how it's done, man. No, ankle weights first. Good, we'll hit one more. Okay, now use your arms this time.
I didn't use my arms?
No. Here?
Yeah.
Up, okay. More arm drive that time, you're more upright when you land on the box. Try it one more time. Don't look down. You see the difference in the movement when you look down? He started to decelerate on the way up and he's already putting his body weight forward. So his landing wasn't as good and he didn't accelerate as much because of where he's putting his head. I see this when people squat or they bench. They'll see them benching and they look over to the one side like they want to make sure it's going to lock. And all of a sudden once they do, it's like that arm just stopped. And you'll see it stop moving. This arm keeps going up and they're just staring at that one, you know. You get injured if you do that. Always keep your head position exactly the same. Don't move it no matter what. Rely on your spotters. Just rely on yourself that you can get it. If you're worried that you're going to miss the weight, if you move your head, you just up your chances of missing the weight. So the best chances of getting it are to do everything perfect and flawless anyway, okay? So why don't you put that bar on your back? That way we don't have to worry about arm drive. Well, let's hit this. Okay, let's try it again. Head up, eyes up. Come on, explode, fast. Better, good. One more, come on. Snap your legs through quick, come on, hit it. Better. All right, you gotta explode, no hesitation. Okay, well, I want you to do it again, but I want your eyes up this time. Okay, you hesitated. You can see he starts to smile before he even left the ground, you know, you're thinking about it. Clear your mind, head up, chest up, explode. Hit everything you got. Better. See, he stuck the landing better. There's no hesitation. Head was up, better back position. You're good, you can be done on that one, man. Yeah, make sure you hit your grip so Bergner's happy. Okay, let's hit it again a little bit faster in the position, okay? Good. Let's grab the Olympic bar now.
Now, if you've got an athlete who is unable to perform a jump off their knees, would you put them to kneeling squats to increase the strength in their hips?
Yes. Kneeling squats, the speed work off of box squats, that'll take care, you know, all the accessory stuff that we do, that'll take care of the weaknesses. It'll pop up quick, and they'll take care of it. But yes, that's one of the things you could do.
I put my toe.
We noticed that. Are you going for a clean still?
Yeah.
Can you go? Yeah, switch. Yeah, let's do the PVC. This is something we could do with the bar once you get the PVC down. People, like, if they think we're just making these jumps up, these are jumps that they did in Russia and Bulgaria for the Olympic lifting teams. So these are jumps that were designed by them for Olympic, you know, they do for Olympic lifting. Nice. Okay, now can you give me, do it with a split?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I gotta think about that for a second.
But see, the athleticism, it stumps you for a bit. You get good at all these different movements, it makes you more athletic. Yeah, all right, we'll try that again, you'll get it. Power, hips, blow those hips through, get that distance. Better. See, now it gives you something to work on though, because now you know that you have to be able to get that distance to get that leg in position, okay? We're getting better. But just the athleticism of that movement. If you can get to the point where you can do a 45-pound bar or 100 pounds in the bar and get in a position like that and get the distance and height he needs, you know, it's just an improvement in athleticism, body movement, body positioning. You know, like I said, you know, you've done all these movements without being on your knees to jumping before, right? But it still stumped you the minute I said to do it from kneeling. It's like, whoa. So it's just something, you know, it's another form, just a way to get someone very athletic in movement, okay? Something fresh.